Into February, which means Valentine's Day, as we can see right around the corner. Angie Horkin of Wisconsin Beef Council is here with some sweet recipes for your sweet. So good morning, Angie.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. We've got a nice little display this morning. Where do we want to start with this one?
Yeah, well, I've got a braised short rib recipe, which is kind of fun. I picked some braising recipes this month. It's not exactly braising weather. It kind of feels like spring,
right?
But if you still feel like you want to make those like warm comfort foods, kind of warm up, smell up the whole kitchen, this braised short rib recipe is really good. It's not many ingredients, but you start with a couple pounds of short ribs. Now, short ribs are really trendy right now, I think. These are actually bone-in short ribs, and I just take your time with short ribs and saute them up in batches. So a couple pounds of short ribs is too much for this pan. So I did like a pound and then another pound, and just get it nice and hot. Then kind of saute them up to get that nice caramelization on them, because then you're going to braise these a couple hours to tenderize them. And then all these are braised in is some red wine, so a cup of dry red wine, and then a large can of crushed tomatoes with some Italian seasoning. And that's it. And then you can serve it. Yeah, that's it. You put those ingredients in, and then cover it, simmer it on the stovetop, or you can do the oven, or you could even do this in a slow cooker recipe, or make it a slow cooker. I like doing braising in the oven. I feel like it's less, it's easier because you just set your oven at 350 degrees, pop it in, keep the lid on a couple hours. If you do it on the stovetop, you really don't want to boil it because it won't tenderize. You really want a low simmer. But serve over some mashed potatoes. Oh, they just smell delicious. It does take a while, but not many ingredients.
The aroma is intoxicating. I have to say, it smells delightful. So, and it's one that you can kind of walk away from a little bit and work on some other things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Pop it in the oven, let it simmer, you're good to go. Now, a nice, easy steak recipe. So, Valentine's Day is on a Wednesday. You might not have 2-3 hours to braise short ribs, but you could do a nice steak recipe at home for your family or your sweetie. These are called our strip steaks with a red wine pan sauce. So, I just put a little lemon pepper on the strip steaks. I did them right here in a cast iron skillet, about 5-6 minutes aside. Pulled them out of that skillet, and then softened up some sliced cremini mushrooms in the pan drippings. Did a little bit of more oil, and then I added in a little bit of red wine, some heavy whipping cream, a little bit of beef stock, a little garlic.
All the goodies.
And that's it. Yeah, and then kind of scrape up your brown bits that are there on the bottom of the pan to add some of that beef flavor. Then like 5-6 minutes, thicken it up. Get your cream and your red wine kind of thicken in there, but smell this. Ooh. Delicious. Wow. And you know what? You don't have to serve this on strip steaks. Maybe if you want to have a nice Valentine's dinner for the family, get a big top sirloin and saute that up, and then make a nice, the fancy sauce to go with it, or really any steak. Watch what's on special. That's the beauty of some of these recipes. Beeftips.com is our Wisconsin Beef Council website. I've got links to these recipes, plus some others that I thought were kind of fun this time of year, for maybe for Valentine's Day, or some other braising recipes if we get back into winter weather and we start craving those comfort foods.
We can't hold our breath though right now. The forecast isn't looking great, but hey, you have plenty of time to try these recipes out before maybe Valentine's Day. So maybe this weekend. Try out the steak, try out those braised short ribs, and really, make sure it works out perfectly. That's the goal. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Angie.
You're welcome. Have a great Valentine's Day.
I will. Well,